Welcome back to A07 Reacts, the channel where I pretend to add value to the video I'm watching by being a little person right here in the bottom left of the screen, and sometimes pausing the video to sometimes say stuff. Today the video we're pausing to sometimes say stuff, in other words reacting to. It's called reacting. This is a reaction video. Is another video by Virtual. Woo! Yes boys. We reacted to a couple of his videos before, 2 to be exact, and they were both absolute bangers. In some of them, I actually became the smartest man alive. This one is called World Record History of A07 Race, Trackmania's Greatest Perfectionist, and the thumbnail had some like super precise shit going on. Okay, that's all the context I think we need. Let's just start watching it, because I already expect it to be a banger. See, I'm pre-liking it. That's how confident I am.
Trackmania Nations Forever is a Formula racing game released in 2008. When the game came out, it was mostly known as a free multiplayer game that you could play with your friends.
Yep.
But nowadays, Trackmania Nations Forever is mostly known...
To me, before he goes to say what it is known for mostly, to me, what it's known for, from like the content I've seen so far, is like the game where you have these crazy people doing super insane shit all the time. And then there's also some like normal players, but those are, you
one
know.
thing. And that is... its incredibly dedicated and competitive speedrunning community.
Exact. My dogs, man. They're going sicko mode. Shut the fuck up, guys, and trying to record.
The Trackmania community will go to extreme lengths to break the boundaries on the game's 65 tracks. And no,
it's only 65? Oh, but there's obviously custom tracks. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I forgot that was the thing.
A07 Race, where for the last decade...
I was actually thinking about that before he mentioned the 65 tracks. Like, why would you grind a specific track so hard when there's hundreds of other ones out there being custom made, probably new ones every day, right? Why would you super focus on this? How do you choose which one to spend the next 500 hours of your life to? You know what I mean? I guess a good place to start, if you plan to dedicate a bunch of your life somewhere, is one of the official tracks, because those will stay around and everyone's gonna play them eventually.
Players have stepped closer and closer to absolute perfection. This is the story of how Trackmania players broke the limits on A07 Race.
Sick.
When seeing the track for the first time,
I accidentally stopped recording.
One thing is very apparent about the layout of A07 Race. There are a lot of walls. For the entire race, you are completely surrounded by walls that you cannot skip or get through, so you're forced to follow the intended route of the track. But to add to that, the track itself doesn't really have any complex parts or tricks.
I see.
Already in the early days, players quickly understood.
Yeah, but we know from the thumbnail and the way this video is marketed that some shit's gonna go down for real, and we're all here for it.
One way to go fast
I love virtual videos,
race, and that is by driving as close to the walls as possible and pushing for perfection. Let's have a look at one of the very first strong records on the track, a 26.35, set in November of 2008 by the player Demon.
That's ages ago, Jesus.
Starts out with an uphill and a small jump.
Yeah, look at that, the lighting looks different from the newer Trackmania videos of his that we've seen.
Turn to the right. Demon drove this entire section at full speed.
Yeah, look how close you have to be to these walls.
As he could. Then he set himself up close to the left side of the track, so that he could get a good approach into the next turn, where he did a small drift to just barely thread his car through the turn.
Look at that, 2 in a row.
Continues with a small drop down.
That looks so hard.
As flat as possible and also attack the corner.
Like the macro or the micro movement, like, you know, the actual button inputs don't look that difficult. It's the fucking timing.
Build up speed through the narrowed zigzag part. And then the track ends with a final drift to the right, going up the hill and towards the finish straight, where you want to jump as low as possible to minimize airtime. Oh,
so you touch the ground and then you start accelerating quicker again. That's sick.
It was a very strong run by Demon, and he quickly showed that he was one of the names to be reckoned with on the track. For the next 4 years, the A07 record only dropped by 0.04 of a second.
Race Hans, we know that guy.
The A07 record
from the previous what's his name video, from the previous virtual video that we watched. Don't remember which one it was, if it was the second one or the third one, but it was definitely one of them.
Down to a 26.31, also set by Demon. But in May of 2012, a new trick was discovered by the player Race Hans. Race Hans had
see what I mean? This video makes me feel so smart, because a random detail I mentioned swims up to become like a point in the video right afterwards. I just remember Race Hans because he was one of the crazy players that did one of the races we watched a video on previously a lot, I think. And now look at that. He's a key figure again.
Discovered that you could do a very short release of the acceleration at the small drop down. This temporarily cost him a bit of time, but he could land earlier and build up more speed across the long zigzag part. And he regained all the time he lost and more before the uphill.
That is so close. Look how close these cars are. Although, yeah, he's getting really fast here.
Record of 26:30.
Let's go! 1 millisecond! Yes, 100th of a second!
For over 2 years. But when he saw that he'd been beaten by this new strategy, he wasn't having it. So he booted up the game.
Alright, Demon is back at it again.
And after only 3 hours of playing, Demon managed to tie Race Hunt's record, getting a 26.
Sorry, this is a reference that makes literally no sense unless you're me, my younger brother, or my older brother.
30 of his own. And the next day, he took the record back with an astonishing 26:26. This run was shocking. Demon went mesmerizingly close 26.
Wait, what the fuck?
And started playing the track. And after only 3 hours of playing, Demon managed to tie Race Hunt's record, getting a 26:30 of his own.
Holy shit.
And the next day, he took the record back with an astonishing 26:26.
That's in one day.
This run was shocking. Demon went mesmerizingly close to the walls and drove racing lines so refined it was like watching a dance.
Yeah, that shit is sick to watch.
Masterfully executed with stunning precision. This run was driven 9 years ago, and it is still considered one of the strongest world records from that era of the game.
Oh, look at these fucking turns!
In September of 2015, there was a big hype in the community around A07 race.
The atoms are so close next to each other that the car is gonna be like getting fucking caught in the vacuum between them.
26. This time he did an even greater release at the drop down and showed that there was still theoretically a little bit of time to be saved on the track. But many other players were grinding the track too, and the leaderboard quickly filled up with times breaking the 26:30 barrier.
Don't recognize any of the other ones though, any of the other names.
Being hunted this way, he himself decided to give the track another shot. And despite everyone else trying for weeks, Demon jumped in and would be the one to optimize the track further, squeezing out just a little bit more time in each turn and setting a new world record of 26:25.
These cars are so close to each other.
Extremely close to the
How is it even?
Just looking at the run, where exactly would you gain more time? Demon's wheels
just be closer to the wall. 5 heads
on several turns. And
you can't.
No one managed to beat the record.
Alright, got you.
Let alone tie it. But 2 years later, Race Hounds returned to
2017
A07,
already. We're moving.
He managed to get this run.
Moving in the timeline. This shows a 0 time difference.
Tying Demon's record.
Oh yeah, it is a tie. Okay, that makes sense.
To leave it at that. They were now so close to perfection
Race Hansa as always.
That although maybe one could gain another 100th, it didn't seem worth the effort anymore. A07 race was widely regarded as complete, a track where, for one of the first times in Trackmania history, players had reached the human limit. But not everyone agreed with that assessment, because though to most players the 26:25 runs looked perfect, there was one player who saw more potential in the track than others could even begin to imagine. And that player was Pablo GD. In September
Geometry Dash player!
Pablo GD started going for the world record on A07 race. He quickly showed himself to be a very promising player, getting a 26:29 after playing the track for just a few hours.
Alright, that's really good. This guy's cracked.
Behind Demon and Race Hunts. But he didn't stop there. He kept grinding, and a few days later, he managed to go even faster. 26:27. Only
he's getting real close, uncomfortably close for the first two place people.
In October of 2017, Pablo got down to a 26:26. Now just 1/100th of a second behind the two greatest players in the history.
But it took him a while.
And Pablo wasn't done yet. It would take a while for his next improvement, as it became harder and harder to find any significant time
of course, the previous records are crazy already.
In January of 2018, Pablo GD got this run.
How? How did he get faster there? Like, he did the same thing. What the fuck? How does this shit work? Guess you turn slightly differently. I don't know. Very close to the left wall there. Even closer than his ghost. He's so ever so slightly faster. Ooh. And that's a third person tied for first place.
Pablo GD is that not a lot is known about him. He's a very mysterious player, and he generally doesn't interact a lot with the rest of the community, in Discords or on forums. He occasionally plays on online servers, but instead of chatting...
God, that is a lot of fucking clutter. Jesus.
He mostly just plays the game. And you're very lucky to ever see him type a few words in chat.
One of the best memories. One of the best Trackmania. Shut the fuck up. One of the best Trackmania memories I have is Pablo saying hi.
2015.
On FWO, oh, that's the second time we're seeing this shit. What does FWO mean? Please, someone. I know I could look it up, but I feel like it ruins it. It ruins the fun aspect of it, you know. The discovery. So comments, do your thing. What's WFO?
I myself vividly remember in 2015 when Pablo successfully did a very difficult shortcut on the track C9. Many players in Fastest Way Only, a Trackmania shortcutting team, had been trying to do it for weeks, and when Pablo GD got it, nobody could believe it. Everyone started freaking out about his record in the chat, and he just responded with a simple thank you. Though not a lot
what a
is known
Chad.
about Pablo
that
as
is
a
a
person,
Chad move. Let's go back a few seconds actually so you guys can see
started
that.
Freaking out about his record in the chat, and he just responded with a simple
see it right
thank
below
you.
me. TY.
Though not a lot is known about Pablo as a person, when it came to A07 race, everyone knew that Pablo GD was a name to be reckoned with.
Yep.
As he did something that
he
many
was now
other
one
pro
in
players couldn't.
In the top
when he
three.
managed to tie Demon and Renaissance's outstanding 26-25. But unlike the others, Pablo wasn't content. He wanted to push onward and prove to everyone what he was truly capable of. Throughout 2018, Pablo continued playing A07 race. And finally, after 10 long months of grinding, in October of 2018, Pablo GD got this run.
Let's see it. Again, going even harder back. It's plus 0.6 at the start. Fuck yeah.
26-24. Finding another 100th of improvement.
And doing that by going like taking a wider turn, like a
to most players,
bigger swing.
That was it.
Yep, he beat the game.
A07 run.
He beat the level.
Perhaps Demon or Renaissance could equal his time in the future, but many were convinced that this record would never be beaten again.
I mean, yeah, it looks
and the
pretty
people who
perfect.
thought that were mostly correct in their prediction, but they had forgot to account for just one thing.
The Pablo GD is sicko.
Himself. Because believe it or not, Pablo GD wasn't done grinding A07.
Of course.
He wanted
What a
absolute
Chad.
perfection, so he kept playing the track. And on Christmas morning 2000,
that kind of makes sense to me, honestly. If once you spend enough time getting good at something, like you may as well commit way too fucking hard and then
18,
hope
Pablo
it doesn't
gave
backfire.
the Trackmania community this nice present.
No way does he get 23. Let's see this. Yeah, so closer turn here. Oh, yeah, these turns. Oh. Yes.
26-23. He had now not only beaten the Trackmania legends on A07 race, he had completely crushed everyone. It was a completely astonishing record.
Yeah, that is a crazy.
It,
the craziest levels are the ones where the biggest difference, like the difference between with everyone else, and the best guy ever is 2 milliseconds. That's crazy.
Game, set, and match. GG. And threw in the towel.
Yeah,
Pablo
Demon
was
gave
in
up.
a league of his own on A07 race, and most of it could be attributed to his skill level. But one other thing that players noticed was perhaps his input device played a role as well. You see,
Controller?
Pablo GD plays Trackmania with a keyboard.
Oh.
Normally you wouldn't think of using a keyboard for a racing game.
I thought,
as it's usually
see, I thought a lot of people actually play Trackmania with a keyboard, but that is, yeah, maybe not.
better to use an analog device, like a controller or a steering wheel.
Or a wooden keyboard, just saying.
That allows you to do smooth curves. But on A07 race, it seemed like the track was actually favored towards keyboard players, because the track contained so many sharp corners, where you wanted to quickly switch from steering fully to the left to fully to the right. And this can be especially seen in the zigzag part.
So part of the reason he did as well as he did, at least according to this theory, is that because he was on keyboard, he could instantly switch directions rather than having to, you know,
where before the last uphill,
do the whole
you want to go tight to the left around the last corner, use all the space available, and then quickly switch to steering to the right and drift up the hill. This movement is much easier and much faster to do on keyboard than having to move your thumb on an analog stick. And there was definitely a case to be made that driving on keyboard was an advantage. But other keyboard players didn't even come close to
exactly. It's not like there's no one else who, I'm sure there's other people in this list who are keyboard users.
And controller players didn't either. Regardless.
By the way, I think of all these names, I also recognize Roland, although I'm not sure.
Pablo was the new king of A07 race.
It could just be.
And despite holding the world record by a big margin, he still wasn't satisfied. In August of 2019, Pablo got this run on the track.
No way, bro, stop improving. We get it, you're busted. I want to see it with a ghost, so like, because I can't. Alright, here we go. Fuck. Holy shit.
26-22. At this point, it was starting to get ridiculous.
It was starting to get ridiculous at 25, actually.
Thousands of players had tried to beat the world record on A07 for years. And despite that, Pablo now held the world record uncontested.
It's just one Spanish dude taking care of everything.
It was inexplicable how good he was on the track, and how much effort he put into maxing out every single corner, every single movement, to try to reach perfection. At this point, everyone else had simply stopped trying.
Just watching it makes me like...
And we all just sat in awe and watched how far...
You don't mess with Pablo. Oh, it's half-assed. It's half-assed. We know half-assed. And we know Draker. So these are the I'm assuming this is like a Discord chat with all the good guys, as in best players.
Pablo would try to...
He had he had the best record before this one, yeah.
Take it. Because you really gotta ask yourself, who in their right mind would look at the 26-22 run and think that it's improvable?
The Spanish guy, Pablo.
It seemed genuinely close to perfection. And by all means, it was.
Yes,
but
and
for
yet,
Pablo GD,
close doesn't mean
it's... the track for countless hours. He could still see a little bit of room for improvement. So he kept playing the track.
Yep, well,
and
Pablo's
1 year later, in May of 2020,
we got this record.
Legendary run on A07 race.
Oh yeah, let's see it. Oh yeah, I don't understand where that time is coming from. It feels like he is going, like, how, I don't, like, he's not even going that much closer to the walls. Well, what is, where is the time coming from?
26-21. The interesting thing about this run is that when Pablo got it, he actually didn't upload it to leaderboards right away.
Why?
Because, in his own words, he wasn't satisfied with it.
What? I did 0.21 on A07 one day before he did 0.85. It was a bad run, but I got an insane end. What the fuck? Yeah, even virtual going, bruh. Dennis like, what? Yeah, I'm with Dennis, man. What the hell?
He just casually mentioned that he got it in a live stream chat room and waited about 2 weeks before he eventually uploaded it to the leaderboards. The reason that Pablo wasn't satisfied.
So Pablo was trying to drop like a 21 or like a 0.2. Holy shit, Pablo.
That he lost about 200ths of a second to his personal best in the start. But that.
So if he hadn't done that and he drove that insane end, he would have had a plus like 0.3 or some shit.
He got an
that is crazy. That would have been like
more grip.
That would have been a sub 0.2
in the uphill,
or a sub.
And he overtook his personal best
just
before
sub
the finish line. If he had gotten a perfect ending on a perfect start, then the record could perhaps be eternal.
Yes.
But the time spoke for itself. All things considered, this was an amazing run on A07 race. For a while after it was set, nothing more really happened on the track.
Wow.
But early in 2021, Demon returned to A07.
Yes, it's Demon.
His personal best was still a 26.25, driven in 2015.
But well, Demon knows that there's
a way. 6 more years of Trackmania experience.
See, the crazy part of what Pablo did is that he just kept going, even though there was like no definitive clear path to show that it is. He was just doing it because he like, yeah, it makes sense. I can see an improvement here. Whereas for Demon now, he has a clear. He has clear proof that it's possible to get better.
He wanted to see what he was capable of, and if he could match Pablo GD. Yep. He started playing the track in March of 2021, and quickly got many promising attempts, but he lost most of them to the zigzag part, where he could not match the uphill that Pablo had in his record.
Yep.
Demon kept playing the track all throughout April, accruing hundreds of runs under 26.30.
That was sick.
But despite
like
his
how
consistently
consistent
fast
it
pace,
is.
The 26.21 by Pablo seemed insurmountable, but Demon wasn't going to give up trying without a fight. Demon had essentially held the throne on A07 for 8 years, from 2010 until 2018.
And some random Pablo kid shows up and takes over my record. What is this?
And now he wanted to defend what he felt was rightfully his.
Fair enough.
He kept playing the track for over a month, and finally on the 5th of May 2021, Demon got this run on the track.
Let's see it. Alright, so we're seeing Pablo versus Demon. Pablo being yellow, Demon being red. Well, Pablo's technically red and yellow. Who cares? Oh, it's that song. Do, do, do. I just realized that. That's the other. This is a remix of the song that we listened to in the in this previous virtual video. Listen to this shit.
Got this run on the track.
Fuck yeah. Alright, already huge improvement.
26.23.
Da, da, da.
200ths of a second away from the record. Demon was getting tantalizingly close to
19
Pablo.
Best fails.
You could feel that despite it seeming unbeatable,
that is so painful.
All he needed was one good uphill, and he could potentially match or even beat Pablo's record.
Come on, Demon, you got this. Or Pablo, I don't care. I just want someone to improve again.
Pablo also felt that his record wasn't going to stand for long.
Demon did throw the towel in earlier. I'm surprised he came back for it after calling it GG's.
He went back to the track and started grinding. And 1 week later, on the 12th of May 2021, Pablo got this fateful run on A07 race.
Oh, so it's Pablo again. Pablo's back! Hell yes, Pablo. What a start! my god! Not quite sub 20.
26.
Ow, fuck. Ow. I just... my finger, I just hit myself in the eye for some reason. Oh. Ow.
Absolutely astonishing time.
Yeah, crazy.
When he uploaded it, the community simply couldn't believe it.
The world record holder... The world record holder here will always be Pablo. This is his home. This is where he belongs. Absolutely goated effort to keep improving on your own world record over and over again. I take off my hat to you, sir. My eye still hurts from that. Ow.
Thing was knowing that the run was improvable in theory.
Yes.
If he got a perfect start and matched
he could get a sub 20.
His 26-21 had. But it was another thing entirely to actually go out and do it. The run was simply incredible. Everything executed to near perfection, with only pixels to spare in each corner. And a great testament to how far determination can get you. Pablo was already the best player in the world on A07 race in 2018. And since then, he improved the record 4 more times.
I don't know, I start staring into it, so sorry about that.
He could go even faster. Pablo didn't just want to be the best. Pablo wanted to achieve
Pablo was the best.
And as far as Trackmania history goes, he might be the player that gotten the closest to doing just that. And that is where the world record on A07 race stands today. Unlike many other tracks in Trackmania, where crazy shortcut discoveries have completely changed the leaderboards over and over again, the history of A07 race has been one where the fastest strategy has been unchanged for the past 9 years.
Crazy.
And it has been an arena for the most precise, skilled players to battle it out for every last pixel through the corners.
2 players,
every
to be specific,
and
a third guy that tied for
this is where the
forever.
story ends. For all we know, Pablo could still be grinding A07 race, chasing an even better time.
Let's check it out, actually. I'm curious.
It's only when you think you've reached the limit that you recognize that you can still go even further. And without knowing what the future holds, I think it's safe to say that this isn't the end of the story on A07 race.
Let's see it. I don't know. I don't know how to check Trackmania leaderboards because I'm new to this shit. But let's just give it a shot. A07 current record. A07 current record was beaten. Pablo's record got beaten. Holy shit! Look at this. Raysta. I don't know. No idea who Raysta is. A new character stepped on stage. Beat Pablo's record. It's crazy that it's not Pablo that said the new best one. Wow, what the fuck? Holy shit.
And it won't be over until the track is completely maxed out. But for now, this is the history
they got a
of
sub 20.
Trackmania's most optimized track. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for making this video, Virtual. That was sick. I can't believe he only had 470k subscribers back then. Look at this. 1 million sub channel now, and 100% all deserved. I'm gonna say deserved. It'll make no sense out of context, and I think that's what I'm aiming for here. I'm gonna subscribe again. I don't know if I subscribed and unsubscribed last time or something, but wow. Go hit up his channel, give it all the love, you know, all the YouTube love you're supposed to. Make the algorithm proud, and me as well. Me, the guy that watched this video for free without really any reason for him to be cool with it. Anyway, let's not discuss the ethics of reaction content right now. How about you go subscribe to my main channel instead? Maybe also sub to this one, because you know I upload quite a lot of videos. They're all pretty fun to watch. I'd hope. All right. Think I've said everything. Go hit up his socials, sub to mine. All of his links are in the description, by the way. That's it. See ya whenever the fuck, I don't know, next time. Bye.